Hello everyone! Welcome to the very last Easy Demon Alphabet video. This has been a 4-part series. We are finally on the last stretch. Today we're going to be playing T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So 7 levels. It's worth noting that outside it is very hot and sunny right now, but later on I might be getting a bunch of rain, so we'll see what happens. That might make the video more interesting. I am also currently at home and not at college for now. I will be heading back to college in a few weeks. There's not really that much more to say now. Let's dive right in. So for T, there are an absolutely ridiculous amount of levels you can choose from, considering all the levels that start with the. The two most popular ones are probably the Nightmare and the Lightning Road. They are widely considered to be the easiest demons in the game. I personally don't think they are, but they are definitely really easy. Traction by Furtifunky is in the Demon Gauntlet. There's Tibuti by Dancemen. There's both the Fairy Dust and the Death Moon, which are sort of reimagined, sort of just inspired by versions of those levels. The Long Walk Home by Ren241, I believe, is 11 minutes long, so if that's your thing, then that's a very good pick. The Router is a great boss fight. Tabasco by Talia is a really fun and really easy demon. I highly recommend that one. I might have done that for this series had I not already beaten it. There's The Clouds Give Way and Torrential Totems by Subwoofer. To the Top by Surtrax. A relatively new one is Trek by OliSW. Another interesting option is To the Grave. I believe it was a top 1 demon way back years ago, right after Demon Park, which we did earlier in this series. The level I have chosen to do for this series, however, is Triple Flask by Experience D. I already have 87 attempts on this from way back in the day. This is a pretty old level. I believe it was in 2.0 this was made. It's pretty well known though, and I felt like I should beat it, so here we go. Let's start with a practice run. From what I understand, this level isn't too hard. It has some tricky flying bits, like right here. What? That is a weird coin. There's a transition there you have to be careful of. This is not a very fast-paced level, actually. There's a lot of random stuff to remember. That wave is a bit tight. Free coin there. And this right here is auto. I don't know why this is auto, but it is. And then you have a few orbs. Random jump. And yeah. Another little random jump, and that's it. So it's not that long of a level, really. There are some tricky bits, especially with ship and just memory in general, but it's not terrible. And it's very short. So, oh, there's a spike there. I find the spike placement a little bit odd in this first part. It's really easy to just die seemingly out of nowhere or out of your control, because a lot of it is based on previous jumps. Like that looks like I'm jumping in relatively in the middle there, but it's actually too late. You might be able to tell I'm a bit rusty with this series. This is not really that hard here at the start. Grab a coin. Auto. That was really easy. Yeah. Already done. I fluked that from some ridiculous percentage. It's... yeah, I got 416 orbs. That's just... yeah. Alright. 132 attempts, but keep in mind a lot of those were from way back when. So yeah, there are some tricky parts at the start, but the last third of the level is completely free. And overall, the level's really short. Alright, I'll be honest, for you, there are not very many options, but there are some. There's certainly more than a few of the other letters that we'll get to later. Starting off, you have 2 popular Circles levels, being Ultra Paracosm and Ultimate Circles. Under Construction is a really cool level that sort of looks like it's both like being built in front of you and it's halfway completed in the editor. It's a really unique concept, and I love it. I almost picked that for this. There's also Undefined by Bowtie. Epilepsy warning for that, though. The one I ended up going for, though, is UPRISE by Zenthic Alpha. 24 attempts on this already. As you can see, this is a pretty old level. I wanted to get a few older levels in here, because there were kind of a lot of newer ones that I was going to be doing. I will say, for older levels that require a lot of memory, I tend to get rather aggravated by them. This one, however, seemed really fun, actually. So, that's why I chose this. And that, you just don't have to click there at all. Lots of fakes. Those orbs you have to be very careful about. I wouldn't be surprised if I died on those orbs once or twice. Alright, and from here on out, it becomes pretty simple. There's this duel, but it's extremely easy. Yeah, that's it. Not hard. I will probably forget a few things that happen here, that's for sure, but it's a pretty simple level. Oh, that's where I... Yep, that's where I died in the past. Okay. Yeah, you gotta remember to input there. We're gonna do one more practice run of this. I just want to get the middle down. Also, just a tip for people, if you're ever, like, struggling with the part and level, don't be afraid to just go into practice and do it, or go from the start position, or whatever. There's absolutely no shame, and it can help you beat the level faster. Okay. We're gonna put a start position there, or start position, a checkpoint there. You don't click that orb. And then this ship. You gotta remember the 2 points where you gotta go up and then down. This is one of them, and that's the other. And then it's just very simple from here. There we go. And I basically just did half the level in one run. Now we play from 0, and hopefully I beat this attempt. We'll see. There you go. See? Practice does wonders. Don't be afraid to do stuff like that when you're beating level. I mean, I just fluked the whole thing pretty much, because I practiced the middle. The funny number amount of attempts, nice. I will definitely say just hearing the words older memory demon can be extremely scary and a turnoff, but this level right here is very fun. This is one of the only times I've enjoyed such genre of levels. To be fair, I don't really like memory gameplay that much, but this was fun. I recommend it. Now, your options for V. They start with Vibration by Shady. This is another level in a gauntlet. Voyager by Nazgub is a classic. Vogue is a pretty cool solo easy demon by Presta, the same person who made Congregation. Vibrant Imagination is a pretty neat modern level by my friend Divert. Violent Silence is a Zoroa creation. I don't really need to say more there. The level I ended up going for, however, is Viridian Green by Doominator and Zoltronics. Doominator is also an old friend of mine, and I may or may not have promised to beat this at some point, so I have 60 attempts on it so far, and we're going to finish it today. Alrighty, you can see the rather distinct text style here that's associated with creators like Zender Game. But you also have some more artsy parts like this, and it's a pretty cool mix of tech, art, modern, all that. I think I'm going to really enjoy this. This is also a remake of a different level called Cerulean Blue. Alright, starting here, this gets pretty difficult actually. This is definitely one of the harder levels I'm doing today. Mostly because this build-up and the drop itself are extremely fast-paced, and there are just a lot of orbs and stuff to click. There are definitely places where you have to, like, remember where to hold and stuff like that. And then starting around here, it becomes pretty free. So yeah, this is just ship, wave. Careful with the transitions, though. Then this last part I actually find pretty interesting. I really like what the music does here. I just want to point that out. I know that's not entirely related just to the level, but as a musician, I gotta appreciate the modulation, you know? And there's the end screen. So yeah, this has some pretty cool decoration. Oh yeah, and speaking of the music, of course it's Mega Echo. I'm going to go into practice again, but this time I'm just going to get to the drop and play from there. We're going to do multiple runs at the drop, and maybe a bit of the pre-drop as well, just until that part at like 66%. Lots of orbs. Orb, 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 orb. It's fast. Oh. There we are. Oh, but careful with that ship. That ship bumps you up, but not enough. So you have to still click there. Want to practice those transitions a bit. And into this really interesting part. I like how the decoration, like, it doesn't completely switch up. Like, it still fits, but it's very distinct. It sets a completely different mood, which works well with the music. I love it. Oh, I clicked it late again. Yep, that part's hard. Doominator might be able to correct me on this, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure that black orb just appears out of nowhere because it's toggled by a previous input. So if you like try to skip something before, then the black orb won't activate, and then yeah. That's my theory at least. If it's just flashing for no reason, then I don't know. I would change that if that's the case. Here we go. Oh, yep. Not bad though. It's really easy to try and buffer that. You cannot buffer it. At least not to the extent that I tried to. Also, I know this is a duo. I'm not actually entirely sure which parts Doominator did and which parts Siltronics did. I'm not entirely sure about that. Oh, I jumped, but it was too early. Also, thank you, Absolute, for fixing the bug that would say 59.0%. It's actually 58%. For those who don't know, I am currently using Mega Hack v7.1. So yeah, obviously I'm not actually hacking with it, but I do have it, and it is actually extremely useful for creating. It's only like $5 as well. I get it if you don't really want to pay money to a random person online, or just you don't have enough funds, or a parent won't let you, but I will say it is extremely useful if you're on PC. Oh, I was early. That was the last click in the last... that wasn't what am I... That was the last click in the hard part. Oh, that would have been cool if I could fluke that, but oh well. Let's go. There was a coin? There was a coin somewhere. Whoops. 134 attempts. I would almost say this is borderline medium demon. I don't know. Definitely the hardest parts were the first half of the drop and those orbs in the build-up in that cube part. I will admit it's a bit unbalanced, but they didn't take too much away from the experience. This is still a great level, and yeah, Doominator is extremely underrated. So is Ultronics, as a matter of fact, so yeah. Also, Doominator has a more recent, and by more recent I mean like 1 year instead of 2 years old, more recent solo level, though, that is still unrated, so go show that one some support as well. For W, we have plenty of options. There's What Is It? Whack by Yendis, I mentioned that in the previous part. If you want a Dansman level, there's Worst Level Ever Made. Wowzer's Holy is a very popular older level that you could try out if you want. There's The Welder, which is a really cool, fiery kind of design level. Where Are My Onions is by Bizarre, and I was so close to doing that one for this, except I have a different plan for it now. And then you have a freaking White Space by Zender game, which is, in my opinion, the best level in Geometry Dash. I don't know, I've already beaten it, so I can't beat it for this series, but oh my god, I wish I could. Again, it is just phenomenal. Please go play that now. For the level I'm actually doing, however, I've mentioned Dansman quite a lot in this series. Heck, there was already a different W Dansman level that I mentioned that I already have beaten. However, there is also Wild West. I have 76 attempts on it. Actually, I thought I had more. This is one of those levels that was one of the first easy demons that I ever tried back in early 2.1, and I was not good. Hopefully I'll be a bit better at it now, though. You can sort of tell this is when Dansman wasn't quite as, I don't want to say as good, but how about as experienced? This definitely isn't one of his best works, but it's pretty good enough. Also, while there's this upper path up there that's actually pretty tight, and this bottom path is like just as tight, so I think I'm actually going to get that coin there. And here's the boss. Okay, so you stay up here, I believe, and go down there. What the heck? Did I just... Okay. I will say there are a few arrows actually. There are a few arrows actually here, but they're extremely faint. So I'm actually not relying on them too much. And then this boss fight at the end here is like just basically stay relatively in the middle, except when that thing comes back. And then it's over. Boom. Yep. Oh, and there is this ship at the end. This ship is actually kinda tight. I don't think I'm gonna die at it, but if you're like trying to beat this, do not let your guard down here. Oh god, I forgot about that too. This is also going to be a harder level than some of the other ones I beat earlier. Both this and Viridian Green are probably the two hardest ones that I'm going to beat in this video. These little things that move are like slightly irritating. I mean, they're not that bad, but like, I really wish you could see them beforehand. Okay, here we are. Boss fight. I'm definitely going to die some here. I'm going to die a lot here, but let's see how far we can get first. Ah, 53. Okay, halfway done. Oh, watch out there. Yo! It has begun! I don't know if you can even see that or hear it. I don't know, but it's raining outside right now. As I said, if you are not confident with the part, do not be afraid to go back and just play it over and over again. It's good to get consistent. So yeah, it's just up and then down there for that last boss fight. And then down there through the middle. Oh god. Yeah, don't do that! We've done a lot of practice on this now. And I think it's needed, to be honest. Oh, I'm dumb. There was only one coin. Okay. Oh god, if the power goes out, that'd suck. It hasn't gone out in months, but who knows. Anyways. Oh, 82. Wow, that was good though. Just gotta go lower there. Alright, don't choke. Okay, and the guy gets shot. Here we are. Ooh, that was close. That was close, but we did it. Yes. That one spike that sticks up just a tiny bit more. That almost got me. That almost got me. But it didn't. Thank God. We got the coin too. 164 attempts. Awesome. Alright, X. This is kind of unfortunate for me. So, there are 4 options for X. There is X by Triaxis, which is by far your best option probably. There is X Step V2 by Neptune. And there is XYZ Step. I have beaten these 3 levels. The 4th X level, the only one that I have not beaten, is X Step Advance. So yeah, I am essentially forced to beat this because I've beaten the other 3. I guess I will say I will have beaten every single X demon after this, which is kind of fun. But yeah, I am forced to beat this. And oh boy. Yeah, this is... I don't know what this is. Remember how UPRISE was that memory level that I was applauding for not being annoying? This is kind of what I was trying to avoid. Okay. But yeah, this is just buff to X step pretty much. Why did I go up there? Also, apparently I've gotten like 67 on this already somehow. I don't even remember playing this, to be honest. But I obviously did. Oh, yeah, you get to jump there. Don't, yeah, so jump there, there. You get to jump there too? No, you don't, okay. Right here you do, though. Why there are extra spikes there, I don't know, but it doesn't really increase the difficulty that much. Only 13 attempts. Actually, that's kind of great. Here we go. Ah! Thank God. Oh. Ooh. I got really lucky fluking that. I'll be honest. 66 attempts total. Yeah, there's a lot to remember in that second half. Well, not exactly second half. Middle chunk-ish. I don't know. The last ball to the end is not that bad. I memorized it all, though. Wow. Overall, I guess it wasn't terrible, but this is not really that special of a level either. Unless you've beaten all 3 other levels like I have. I would definitely choose something like X, or even X Step V2 over this. Alright. More thunder, jeez. Now, I was actually very surprised by this, but there are also only 4 options for Y. There is Y Step, which is another X Step remake. There is Yanny, which I don't really know what that is. There is Yee. Don't ask. And last but certainly not least, there is Yeet of Doom. So yeah, let's do it. Wait, oh, crap, hold up. 21 attempts, I guess, if you count that one that I just started. Anyways. Wow, this is fast. I like this song. Alright, and that's it. Oh, but there are a few spikes that land here. And those spikes don't actually mean anything. Okay. Actually, that is a really short level. What in the world? Alright, guys, it's about an hour later, and it rained pretty dang hard. We have a flash flood warning, all that fun stuff. The wind, however, has died down, and therefore I believe there's a lower risk for the power to possibly go out, and therefore I will complete this. It's kind of weird, because in Virginia, we're not really known for big storms or anything like that, much less the region that I'm in. But they do happen sometimes. Alright. Wait, what was that? Ooh. Oh, and there's a coin there. Alright, that's kind of cool, actually. You know what? I might go for that. I didn't realize that was there before. Is that the only coin? No, there's one other coin. Wait, there's a question mark at the start there. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, that's actually so cool. I just saw the question mark at the start and I held. This has got to be in coin, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is. I love how this just works as a ship part at the start for the coin. I don't think anything's changed, even. I also like how I found it, really, without... I mean, I noticed the question mark. It's definitely not obvious, but... it's not, like, impossible, either. Oh! So close. Oh, I did that again. I did it again! What? I don't know what I died on. I don't know what I just died on. Oh, I missed the key. Whatever. Whatever. Why did I do that? Okay, that was a slightly weird completion, I guess, but it's fine. How many attempts? 73. I will say the decoration was good. It wasn't, like, super special or anything, but it was good. The gameplay, though, that was one of the funnest levels I've played for this series, I think. I was really happy with that. Overall, a great level. There were a few weird deaths and stuff, but besides that, this was great. I highly recommend this. I haven't played the other Y levels much, but I'm willing to bet this is by far your best option. The last one, we're at Z, yes! So for Z, weirdly enough, this is the only letter that I actually changed midway through. Granted, it's been almost a year since I made this list originally, and a bunch of new levels have come out since. Z actually gained quite a few good options over that time, and I ended up changing to one of them. To start off, I was originally going to do Zetralio by Terran. It looks like a really cool level, and I'm still going to beat it sometime, but I figured it would probably go best with Reanimation, also by Terran, because that is definitely a level I want to beat, and apparently they're both part of a series. You have a few other options as well. There's Zagato. For a circles level, there's ZX circles. However, I decided for my final level of the Easy Demon alphabet, I am going to do Zircon by Daner. I have 36 attempts on this already with almost half the level completed. We're going to go into practice, so it's been a while since I played this. Oh gosh, yeah. It's pretty easy, and it goes really well with the music. So yeah, I expect this to be an extremely fun level, and it's nice and colorful, pretty intense as well, but not too difficult. I think it's a pretty perfect conclusion to the series. That ship is a little weird. I really hope I don't die there in normal mode. Alright, and fantastic. This is going to be really good, I think. Only 12 attempts. Partially because I've played this before, but it's still not that hard. Let's go. Oops. You can't buffer that one. Here we go. Oh! I forgot. You even have to buffer that transition there. This is Danner's best level, I think. I've uploaded some stuff by him in the past. Anyways, here we go. Oh, yep, that ship. That ship right there. That was so close. We're going to beat it very soon, though. Also, side note, this is such a good song choice. It's one of the only Camellia songs that's on Newgrounds. And just, I wish she'd upload more on there. And just like that, the Easy Demon alphabet is finished. Beautiful. And also 500 demon keys. That was not intentional at all, but wow. 58 attempts. That's a great level. That is just a great level. So yeah, that's it. Wow. Thank you all for sticking around with me for this series. I really hope you had fun. I really hope you learned something if you want to ever try this yourself. This was my own method of trying to get back into the game, kind of beating demons and just improve overall. I definitely do feel like I'm a better player now than I was when I started. Granted, I started almost a year ago. But still, thank you all. And now with that being said, there is only one thing left to do.